Hey guys, this is Dr. Philip Oob recording this video a second time because apparently I didn't hit the record button. So we're going to do this again. Maybe the second will be better than the first one. This video is going to be about masks. What's the basic differences between an N95 and a surgical mask? Why should I wear a mask and all that stuff? So this should be a shorter video, but as you know, I talk a lot. So real quick, I am going to continue pushing for everyone wearing masks anytime you're out in public, anytime you're around anyone you don't know, and even if you aren't around anyone, but you know you're going out in public, like for instance, if you're going to the gas station, even though you're not supposed to be around anyone, go ahead and put your mask on because someone may walk up to you and people don't understand. People aren't taking this seriously. So if someone comes up close to you, you now have no defense. You may reach for your mask or something, but it's going to be pretty rude to be like, hey, stand away. Let me put my mask on. So I just encourage you to wear a mask if you're leaving the house at all. Just put one on. You may be the one that's looking kind of weird right now, but I promise you that in order to make this economy get back get this back in action, everyone is going to have to wear a mask. This is going to become a societal norm. So right now you may be a trendsetter, but I promise you, as we spread this message that masks are a way to decrease transmission, it will become the new norm. So start getting masks. It doesn't matter what kind of mask you have. Anything helps. The other thing that's really beneficial is if everyone wears a mask, they actually protect themselves from everyone else. So once more people start wearing a mask, the masks actually get more and more effective. My mask protects you, your mask protects me kind of deal. That saying is nice, but also your own mask does protect you. It's just not perfect. So what's the basic difference between an N95 mask and a surgical mask? The main thing is that these are good at getting aerosols or tiny little droplets that are hardly drops, but they can kind of float in the air forever, aerosolized. These are only really needed for hospital situations. Everything else, a perfectly fine surgical mask, bra mask, mask made out of grandma's panties, whatever it may be, put it on your face. It decreases the amount of respiratory droplets that you ultimately inhale. So when you're putting on a surgical mask, they have little ear loops, really easy. You put it on your face, you loop it around your ears, but that's not it. See how we have these huge gaps on the side, on top, sorry, and not really too much on the side, but this is not cutting it. So men with the beards, time to start trimming, shaving it, unless you want to get COVID and spread it to your loved ones. Might be time to trim it really, really small, maybe even shave it if you're willing. So in order to get this mask perfectly fitted, you want to pull it as high up on your nasal bridge as you are willing, as high up here as you are willing. Once it's up there, you really want to conform those metal strips around. You want to pinch real good and settle it. So when you look, you can't really see much gap there. The other thing is there shouldn't be any gaps here, and there shouldn't be any gaps here. Your jawline should kind of seal it around here. I can kind of stick my finger here. It feels like a gap, but my jawline is holding it. So one way you can tell if your mask is working or not is you can take a deep breath. If you take a deep breath and your mask goes in, then that says that you've got a really good seal and your air is being filtered through the mask. So when I suck in, you can see my nose decreases, my mouth indents. So it says that I've got a really good seal. Not only does the mask help filter out the air, but I'm really bad about touching my face and scratching myself and all that. So if you're doing that, all the things that you've touched are now on the outside of your mask and not necessarily inside. So the mask not only helps you with the transmission in the air, it also helps you from touching your nose and mouth. Now, if you wear glasses at all, now's a good time to just wear them. Even if you have contacts and light contacts, now is a great time to wear glasses because glasses cut down the transmission that you can get through your eyes. This virus can get in through any mucosal surface, and the primary ones we mean are the mouth, nose, and eyes. Not much gets in through the genitals or anus unless you're just naked. So these are the primary surface points, so if you can protect those, great. The other thing that my little brother, who's also a physician, wanted me to tell people is that when you take off the mask, you don't take it off like this, you don't take it off like this, you don't grab it here. You grab the loops around your ears, and then you take it off, and now you haven't touched the mask or the viral particles at all, and you just set your mask down. I want to promote reusing your masks as much as possible. There's ways to make it absolutely perfect, but I would much rather you reuse a mask than go out into public without a mask because you're scared one's contaminated. So please reuse them. Look up on Google, and we'll be doing more things on how to keep reusing your masks. Okay, so that's a surgical mask. The next one is that one's now nasty. The next one is an N95 mask, and I've drawn a smile on there so people can know that I'm smiling because I like smiling. That's the bad part about these masks. You lose some personality. So same thing with the N95 as the surgical mask. You grab it by the straps and you pull it across your face. One strap goes low, one strap goes high. And the reason for that is because you want it to pull nice and snug against your face, right? You don't want any gaps of air. Once again, there's a tiny gap here for my fingers to fit in, but my jaw line is holding it shut. And this one doesn't have too much of a metal clip. It's just pulled against my face really tight. So it's got a nice seal. And as you can see, when I take a deep breath, you can see that the mask actually kind of collapses right here. That says that the air is coming through and being filtered by the N95. If you take a deep breath and you feel air sucking in any way, shape, or form, then that says that your mask is not tightly fitted enough, and you can suck whole viral particles straight through the holes in that mask. And then it may not be protecting you as much. Notice how high these N95 masks go on the nasal bridge. So same thing with your surgical mask, make sure it's higher. The downside of these N95 masks is that they are really good at filtering air, but they also make very humid breathing, and it kind of makes you feel like you're suffocating a little bit. So once again, I probably didn't do the greatest job there, but try to remove it from the straps, not touching the mask. Once you take off the mask, put it down, wash your hands so that any contaminants that you got from the mask are now not on your hands, and then you're not going to touch your face. The good part about humid breathing is that the latest research that I'm seeing is that humidity actually cuts down on the rate of transmission of the virus. So the good news about the more humid climates, and it's been raining here, so it's very humid here in Austin. So anywhere where there's humidity is supposedly less transmission. But I grew up in Louisiana, and it's very humid there. And let me tell you, it's spreading like wildfire out there. So don't just believe because it's humid that you're protected and can do whatever you want to. Okay, just one of those little tips out there. Anyway, I hope this video is helpful. Please spread it with all of your friends. Tell them masks are useful. Wear a mask, even if it looks weird and feels unusual. Wear the mask. Stay safe. Keep your loved ones safe. And by all means, send us selfies of the masks. Let's make this a cool thing. Let's promote it. Let's spread it as a societal norm so that we can get back to work, get back to doing regular things, going to restaurants and whatnot. Maybe restaurants is a bad example since you can't really wear a mask at a restaurant. Anyway, so spread this message so that everyone understands masks for all. Bye, guys.